Hi, good people. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are good.
I hope you guys are great.
And yeah, man, welcome to Status Radio with myself, Molebati the Great, and the one and only.
Usiso Tando, Miss K.
Yeah, man. And it's someone's birthday today. So happy birthday, sister.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling?
Great, grateful for life.
Yeah. So something that we do here on Let Love is we check in every time we go into a conversation. We just check in with you. How are you doing and where are you? So I think we will start with the birthday lady
Yeah.
and check in.
So I'm great. I am checking in very well. I am grateful. I think that's my word for today. Like, I'm just so grateful for life. I'm grateful for breath. I'm grateful for being well and actually being able to be excited and happy and joyful on this particular day. So
Yeah. All right, cool. How am I doing since I was not asked? I think I'm good. I'm coming into this conversation with a lot of gratitude. I'm looking forward to the journey that Status Radio is taking. If you know, for a long time we've been on audio and you've been with us, and thank you so much for being so loyal. So we just moved on to YouTube, and we would appreciate if you can follow, subscribe. Obviously, if you enjoy the content,
give us some comments.
Yeah, so that we can engage and grow together. So this is the show Let Love with myself and Usiswa Tando. And basically what this show is all about is we engage in conversations around relationships and love, because we believe that over and above everything in relationships, the one thing that has to reign above all
is love.
Is love.
And that is why we decided to call this particular show Let Love, because ultimately we come with all our differences, right? Every relationship has its own dynamics, its own challenges, but at the end of it all, let love reign. And that is what we hope to always leave you with. Where all else has failed, I think show love to yourself, show love to the next person that you're with.
Yeah. All you need is love.
All right.
So yeah, today's topic, what we're talking about is we are talking about the list. Yeah. So what the list is, I think some people make a list of what they want in a partner before they go into a relationship, and we're just going to be talking around that. Do you have a list? Have you ever made a list? Are you living your list? And we're just going to be sharing our lists that we have or had before some of us got married. So guys, this here is my sister. I know before some people start thinking,
avoid some confusion. This is my brother, and we decided to really have this show together because we enjoy having such conversations. And the reason we wanted to talk about the list is because I think it's something common. It's something that a lot of us do. We either do it, after a breakup and you planning for your next relationship, or like myself, I did it like way early when I was still trying to, and I was still hoping and praying for a husband, because I immediately prayed for a husband and not really a boyfriend. So so I created the list because I was like, this is the person that I would like to get married to should have these qualities or characteristics. What was your perspective? What was your whole idea about having a list?
I think for me, having been in a couple of relationships, I realized that the problem couldn't be the other people based on the breakups that we had. So I made a list so that I could become the person that brings what I want into the relationship, because I learned that it's not about the next person, because you have no control over what the next person is going to have or not have. So I wanted to be the person that was on my list so that I could bring to the relationship what I wanted from the next person. That was my perspective.
Okay, nice. And I guess I'm learning the fact that you need to decide what your list is about. Is it about the qualities you're looking for, in the next person, or is it about what you want to bring to the relationship? And it might be because of certain lessons that you've already gotten from, you know, the relationships you've been in. So as you can see, we're sitting outside, we're enjoying the sun, we're enjoying Joburg's weather. I'm just like, can I get the sun, you know, on my birthday, and just enjoy the fact that it's actually not raining today. But yeah, so should we get into our list?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, are you going to start? Should
Okay,
I start?
I can start. So my list starts with something that the eyes can see. So I wanted someone who is tall. I am quite a tall lady, and I wanted someone who is tall that I could feel comfortable standing next to and taking
short
pictures.
Guys have it hard, eh?
Sorry. But really someone that I was handsome to me. Even now having...
It looks really matter.
So for me, I wanted someone that I could be happy looking at this person, and when I take a picture with them, you know, I'm like, oh, we look so cute, you know. So really that's something for me that is still important. Like, I've been married for 3 years now, we've been together 13 years in total, and that's still important, you know. So to a point where I don't remember the last time I saw someone and said they're handsome, more handsome than my husband. So looks do matter, and I'm glad I got that one. So that was a tick. The second one was that they should love God, and we should be able to, you know, do godly things together, pray together, go to church together, share the word together. I wanted us to have one reference point, because we come as different people with our backgrounds, and we are going to disagree. You know, we are going to get to a point where we can't compromise, sacrifice, agree, do anything. But I thought for me it's important that we can at least have that one source that we can look to and say, okay, what does this source say?
Makes a good foundation.
Yeah, what does the source say we should do, you know, in this situation? And then who was willing to wait. So at the time I wrote this list, I was a virgin, and I wanted a guy who was willing to wait for me for marriage. You know, it was an important thing for me, and he did. And then the other thing was I wanted to be challenged. So I wanted someone who was smart. I wanted someone who could provoke my thinking. I always look for an alternative view, because I always believe that I can learn from someone else. So I really wanted someone that I could have rich conversations with. And then I also didn't want a man who came completely, like, complete and, like, you know, wrapped in a bow. I wanted someone who was at a point in their lives where we could grow together. At the time I was 18, and so, you know, I didn't want someone who was the complete man, who had a car, who had a job, who was settled, like, and I feel like I got all of these things. Also I looked for someone that I could find, that I could see potential in. So it wasn't about you've got it all figured out, or that you have no ambition, but I could see potential in you. And really for me, I wouldn't change anything from this list. I think what this list has done for me personally is to help me choose, help me decide whether this was the person. And it's funny because I still remember every point on this list 13 years later.
All right, cool. That's great. We're going to look at my list, I guess. Okay, obviously I had a long list of things when I made this some time ago, but we're just going to look at a few things. I think I share the same one with you when it comes to God. I've always wanted somebody who loves and believes in God. I think it makes a good foundation. We're not very far in terms of where we base our outlook on life from, you know. I wanted someone who was an independent thinker. You know, someone who's not easily fazed by society or social media or just the noise of the world. You know, I think in a relationship it's very important for people to make their own decisions. You know, sometimes some people, before they make a decision, they consult a friend, they consult their mother, and that doesn't give you the person fully. So I wanted an independent thinker, a strong thinker. I think for men, respect is a big deal. Like for us, respect is the love language for any man, you know. So for me, respect is very important, and it is on my list. And also, one thing that I always say, I want someone who has a good heart. Like, just have a good heart, be kind, be considerate, you know. someone who's willing to build and grow with me through it all. Because in today's day and age, women just want you to come so and that's not reality. We all start somewhere. We don't come from the same backgrounds. You are working on yourself as you grow, and I think for me, it's somebody who's willing to understand and be with me from where I am and is willing to grow and build with me. There's a whole lot of other things on my list, but those are just some of the things that I had. And I think I want to go to the petty or preference list. Things that...
the sweet aisle.
Yeah. Things that it would be nice if they had them, but even if they don't, it's fine. For me, guys, it's cute toes. I know it sounds crazy, but I really like cute toes. And if somebody doesn't have them, so it's not a big deal. They can batla para wear sneakers the whole time.
Yeah. For me, it was nice, clean hands and broad shoulders. I've always loved I wanted broad shoulders. And I think that was my petty list. But I mean, if this person didn't come with that, then yeah. So the reason we're talking about, the list is, like we've said when we started, I think it's something common that people do. What should be the intention behind it? Having read, different materials, I think we always speak about what makes a relationship successful. And I think the list allows people to be intentional, because a lot of times people want to figure it out. Like they want to trial and error. They want to go into a relationship. Let's see how it goes, but you're not being intentional about your reasons for coming into that relationship and what you are bringing. So the one way that we have learned in our experience in the relationships that we've had, is it really matters what you bring, contribute, what you give, serve, give to the relationship rather than take. So having less expectations about how this human being should be to you, and more about who they are and whether they are the person that you want to be with, and deciding that from the beginning. So taking time to know a person and then decide based on your list whether this is the person. And we can have a different conversation in another episode about red flags, because I think red flags build on the list that you have, but we'll leave that for next time. But really right now it's about not changing a person. So having your list because you want to select, and you want to see from your perspective whether you are the right person in that relationship. But not changing a person. I have a cute little dog, and on days where he frustrates me, guys, I can't change him into a cat or into a silent rabbit that will do what I wanted to do.
What are you trying to say about men?
No. So what I'm saying is, you can't change a dog from being a dog. It's always going to be a dog. You can't change a woman who, Kamukhelo, and make Kamukhelo something that she's not. Growing up, I always said, there would be three guys. One would have the perfect body, one would have the perfect attitude, one would have the perfect thinking and stuff. And I would want to combine them into one human being
impossible.
That would be perfect for me, but it's impossible. So it's just about being intentional with everything that we do, and knowing why you got into this relationship, and knowing that you're going into it not to change the next person. So accept and decide what your boundaries are. It's also quite important to decide how much of these things that are on your list are make or break. How much can you live with? You've scrapped off some stuff, and I believe the one that you told us about were really the ones that are important to you. And so that is the reason we are having this conversation today, and to bring it back to the importance of compatibility and how to gauge whether you're even compatible to the next person.
So we're all wired how we are wired, and as much as you have to accept people for who they are, you can't just be in a relationship with anyone.
Yeah.
And that's what a list does. It kind of
channels you.
Yeah, channels you
helps
into people that you are more willing to get along with, people you are more willing to have a decent relationship with, you know, because I honestly don't believe in soulmates. I believe in people coming together with the willingness to accept and love each other for who they are and make it work.
Yeah.
What's important is the intention to want to make it work. You know, so yeah, but it starts with yourself, eh?
It starts with yourself.
It starts
so
with yourself.
Happiness starts with you, and you know, love starts with you.
Yeah.
You can't
Acceptance.
Acceptance starts with you. You
with
can't
you.
give what you don't have. You know, I learned from listening to different podcasts that how you treat the next person is how you treat yourself.
Yeah.
So if you treat yourself in an unkind way, if you you know, if you see faults in the next person rather than things that you can grow in that person, that's what you see in yourself.
Yeah.
All you see in yourself is faults. It's, you know, you don't see potential within yourself. So how are you going to begin to see potential in someone else?
Yeah.
If you're not patient with yourself, how do you begin being patient with someone else? So, you know, and I think it's just about, you know, you spoke about respect and men wanting respect above all else, you know, but you need to check how that person respects themselves first and whether they'd be able to extend the same to you.
Just to digress a bit, I think another important thing is just to see how the person is with the people in their lives. And also we'll have a conversation later about someone's background, where they come from and their history, and how it comes into the relationship, because it's very important, you know. But I think as far as today's show,
we've had a great one.
Yeah, we've pretty much covered what we wanted to cover.
Yeah. And all the best. I hope that, you know, you will continue working on yourselves. We're all about self-development and just wanting that as an individual you grow first, so that you can be the best person that you can be. And that you can give out of a place that is full rather than a broken place, rather than a place, you know, like of emptiness. And we hope that you will you know, give us your comments, let us know what you think, let us know how this resonated with you. And
I have a challenge for the viewers to say, if you have a list, revisit your list, look at your list and be truthful and honest with yourself. But ask yourself, am I this person? You know, in everything that you put on your list, am I this person? You know, I said I wanted someone who believes in God. I believe in God. Am I an independent thinker? Am I respectful? Am I kind? And am I willing to build and grow with someone? You know, are you that person? So that's the challenge for me. You can make your list all fancy and stuff, but be that person to your relationship. And yeah, man,
that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We thank you. We will see you again in the next segment, where we take this topic of relationships a little bit further and deeper, hopefully.
Any suggestions, comments, whatever, just leave it on the comment section. Thank you so much for being with us. To all of you who've been with us from our audio days and now, let's grow together. And yeah, man, from myself, Molebati the Great,
and Usiso Tando, Miss K.
Yeah, man, you know what it is. Love
and light.
And light.
You're my light,
yeah, man.
You're my heat, you're my sunshine. Don't go away. These moments only last for a while, my baby. Stay a while, my baby, 'cause we don't know how much longer we have together.